I had a student the other day ask me about passive income and what are some of the things that I'm doing to generate passive income. I want to make it very clear that passive income doesn't exist. If you look up passive income though on YouTube, you're going to find thousands of videos, tens of thousands. You're going to find entire YouTube channels that are dedicated to the concept of passive income. I want to say yikes, yikes, yikes. Let's jump into this content and I'll explain more. Hi, my name is Zack Boothe and I help people just like you consistently find massively discounted properties all across the country so you can fix and flip, buy and hold, or wholesale real estate. If you need help, I have a ton of free resources, including an absolutely free wholesaling course. Click on the link in the show notes to get access to those free resources, or you can go to dfdmastery.com, click on free resources, and get access to all the free content. There's an economist that I respect very much. His name is Milton Friedman, very intelligent gentleman, and he talks about an economic law called "There's no such thing as a free lunch." For the next 4 minutes, I want to share an interview of him talking about the concept of there's no such thing as a free lunch. So I hope you guys enjoy this. I'll see you at the end of this 4 minutes.
The belief that somehow or other government can spend money at nobody's expense. I don't know how many of you have ever heard of a wonderful description of government that was made by a French economist by the name of Frédéric Bastiat about 150 years ago. He said, "Government is that fiction whereby everybody believes that he can live at the expense of everybody else." And that is the free lunch myth. The myth that somehow or other government can provide goods and services, can spend money at nobody's expense. Now, the particular form which that myth takes is very specific. It has two parts. One part is a belief that somehow or other you can tax business without consumers or workers or individuals paying for it. Somehow business is a big source, a big cornucopia out there that can be taxed at no cost. And the other form the myth takes is that you can create money at no cost. That if you turn the printing press, if you produce those greenbacks, that will enable people to become richer with nobody becoming poorer. Well, let me look at first problem. Can you tax business? What's business? There's no business to be taxed. There are people. Only people can pay taxes. Can I tax this floor? Can I tax the building? The building can't pay taxes. Only people can pay taxes. So when you talk about a tax on business, it has to be paid by somebody. Either it's paid by the stockholder, or it's paid by the customer, or it's paid by the worker. There's no other way it can come from. There's no Santa Claus, no tooth fairy that's going to provide a source by which the government can spend money that doesn't come from somebody. Somebody has to pay. And yet, over and over again, you hear the claim, oh, we must not increase taxes on individuals, we'll increase taxes on business, in connection with the current discussion of Social Security. This fiction arises. There is a fiction that the Social Security tax is half on the individual and half on the employer. That the individual only pays 5.75%, the employer pays an equal amount. That's nonsense. That's bookkeeping. That's not economics. That's not reality. The part that the employer pays is part of his wage cost. If an employer considers whether it's worth his while to hire an additional worker, he has to consider as part of his cost not only what he pays to the worker, but also the extra taxes he will have to pay to the government. It makes no difference to the employer at all If he pays the worker a bigger check and the worker pays a larger part of that directly to the government, or he pays the worker a smaller check, but in addition has to send a check to Washington. What matters to him is the total number of dollars it costs him to hire an additional person. So the fact is, the logic is, the reason is, that the so-called tax on the employer is paid by the employee.
So many people or mentors or gurus or all these YouTubers are talking about passive income. They're trying to get followers. They're trying to get people to pay them, to teach them how to get free money, right? But there's no such thing as passive income. There's no such thing as something for free. There is a way to take and build teams and with less time provide more value to more people. The more value you can provide, the bigger problems that you can solve with less time, you can make more money. But there is no such thing as passive income. And you might be thinking, how is that possible? You're a real estate investor. What about rentals? Are those not passive? Well, let me tell you, they are definitely not passive. That is a business. To own rental properties, that is a business. Yes, you can have property management companies that manage those rentals for you, but you need to understand you still need to manage those managers. You still need to make sure that money's being moved as it's supposed to. You still need to make sure your bookkeeper is keeping track of all of the money so you're ready for tax season. You still need to make decisions on what to fix and what not to fix, and to keep track of, are your property managers putting the right tenants in? Are they following the processes? Are you making sure quarterly inspections are being done on your properties and deferred maintenance is not happening? And you need to make those kinds of decisions, and you need to work to grow your portfolio and continually find more rentals so you're growing your business, right? There's no such thing as a free lunch. You have to work for what you have. Yes, I am a very successful entrepreneur. I'm a very successful real estate investor. I've been building businesses for over a decade, and I've had lots of success, and this has not come for free. This has not come by looking for passive income. This has come from using fundamental core business strategies to find success. So don't look for passive income. Look for a mentor that can give you step-by-step instructions, repeatable processes for you to build a business that can generate true wealth, and that you can buy assets that will build wealth and will appreciate and continue to increase in value. But there is no such thing as a free lunch. There is no such thing as passive income. I hope you guys enjoyed this content. Make sure you hit the like button. If you disagree, which I'm sure many will, leave it in the comments section. Let's have a discussion. Thank you so much for joining me. We'll talk on the next video.